Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Elliot Adam, and this week's community reading is actually going to be geared towards the Mercury Retrograde that's happening right now. I've had a lot of people talk about how difficult this one already feels, and it seems like whenever we're in a Mercury Retrograde, we always say this is the worst one I've experienced in so long. But today I want to focus on the retrograde, which starts on July 8th, and it goes all the way until August 1st. And it starts in Leo and Mercury goes backward into Cancer. And so sometimes this indicates that we are going to be dealing with issues in communication where we feel our pride is challenged, or we have to have a difficult conversation and humble ourselves in some way. And then when we go into that Cancer energy, that's more about sensitivity and coming home, and also not hanging on to old baggage or old problems. So today we're going to do the Mercury retrograde reading, and this is for July 8th to August 1st, 2019. And the first card we're going to get into is what your spirit needs to review at this time. So what you're relearning in this retrograde period. We got the Five of Pentacles. Again, that is the poverty card. And so sometimes this card comes up when we are dealing with issues with finances or money, or even having honest conversations about finances or money. Whenever we see the Five of Pentacles, it has less to do with the dollar amount, and it has more to do with your sense of worth or worthiness. And so what you might be relearning at this time is how worthy you are to experience a good and abundant life. And it may be time to have some conversations about finances, or even to just look at your bank account honestly and ask where it can improve, or even if your resources are going into an area that they shouldn't anymore. Whenever we see the Five of Pentacles, you see those vagabonds who are kind of outside of the church, and they're feeling like they're on the outside. They feel like they don't fit in. They don't belong on the inside. And whenever this card comes up, it's telling you that you absolutely do belong inside. You are welcome. And sometimes we just have to get over that mental crippling, thought of us being unworthy in some way. Whenever this card comes up, it's telling you to reaffirm your worthiness and also to make some smart financial decisions at this time. So what you need to review at this time is your worthiness and really believing it, and also review your finances. The thing you need to communicate about right now, that is the next card. This is what difficult conversations you might have to have, or what you need to communicate with other people in order to be better understood at this time. And you got the Magician reversed. Whenever the Magician comes up reverse, he warns about the power of your thoughts. And when we're talking about communication, especially when the Magician comes up reverse, it could indicate that your communication is backfiring in some ways, or you're not really speaking clearly. Or sometimes what's flying out of your mouth before you even realize it is attached to some sort of limited belief that you have in yourself already. So watch out for just letting your mouth go on automatic right now when the Magician comes up reversed. He's also telling you that your thoughts and your communication is actually magic. And what you're thinking about and what you're communicating about and what you're affirming can really manifest around you, especially as we're going through this next month. So for example, if you have an issue coming up with something you have to do for work, and you say, well, this is going to be just hell. I don't even know how I'm going to get through it. It's going to be so stressful. You're already projecting that negative magic into the air with your communication, and it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. And so you're just expected to walk into something and have it be difficult. So when the Magician comes up reversed, he's reminding you to take back control of your thoughts and of your communication. You are totally responsible for where you're letting your mind dwell, and also how you're communicating with other people. And so this card is just telling you to focus on empowering thoughts, focus on things that you really want to manifest at this time, not on the things that you want to avoid. And when we're dealing with Mercury retrograde and we got that Mercurial Magician reverse, it just could be a time where you have to be extra careful with how you are speaking to other people, because they may not always perceive what you're saying with the intention that you might have had initially. So just be careful with your communication. And our third card is, how can we use this retrograde to be better? What can we do to use the challenges that are presented in it in order to really find ourselves thrive? And that card is the Four of Pentacles, another financial card. So it almost looks like we're going to be working on security with home or finances. And the thing that you can do to make this retrograde work for you is also gear it towards your finances, gear it towards your money situation. On the Four of Pentacles, you can see this miser, and he's suffering. He's clutching these 4 coins, and he's worried about money. He's stressed about it. You see he's got 4 coins. One's on his head, and it's actually blocking him from hearing his spirit. One is clutched to his heart, and it's blocking him from feeling his feelings or feeling his heart. And then the other one is, or the other 2 are between or beneath his feet, which are blocking him from feeling his inner nature. So whenever we see the Four of Pentacles, it's telling you to remove blockages of materialism, anything that's separating you from what's really true. And it's also telling you not to freak out and seek all of that success or security outside of yourself at this time, but instead to find it within. Four of Pentacles is also a very stable financial card, so it could indicate that you're getting things back on track financially, but it might be through difficult conversations, especially with that Magician reversed and especially with that Five of Pentacles that came up earlier. How you can be better through this retrograde experience is going to be in affirming your stability, affirming what is working for you, and also not clutching so tightly to things. I think that especially when we're going into the Cancer part of the Mercury retrograde, that Four of Pentacles is really saying it's time to let it go. It's time to let go of the stress. It's time to not worry about being the miser or staying, fixed or locked into an old pattern or an old way. Sometimes it's important just to put out the intention, like the Magician is teaching you, that what you want is what you want, and then just let it happen. Let the magic follow through. Or also just declare it, speak about it, communicate about it. A lot of these cards are really more about your communication style and your security and finances. So this could be a time where we're really focusing on restabilizing things. All right, I hope that was helpful for you. And if you did enjoy this video, I welcome you to go to elliotoracle.com and schedule a personal tarot session with me. These little mini readings are great, but they're nothing compared to a one-on-one session with me where we get to lay down cards and really look into all of your individual concerns. So I hope you all survive this Mercury retrograde. Take care of your pocketbooks, and I will talk to you later.